Okay, so now let's tell him. I'm going to tell you a beautiful ma'aseh with Kedushas Levi on the pasuk Vayasa Haron Avonav Es Kol Advar Mashatziva Hashem Biyad Moshe. We learned a moment ago what it means that Moshe and Aaron did exactly what Hashem told them to do.
Yeah.
Exactly what Moshe Rabbeinu told them to do without changing anything at all. So look, there's a ma'aseh like this with the Holy Kedushas Levi. Everyone heard of the Badicheva?
Yeah.
Right? He's on the Kedushas Levi, wrote a beautiful sefer, Kedushas Levi. Yeah. And so the Kedushas Levi, what? Of Levi Yitzchak ben Sarah Sasha. Schus Yogan Alein of Al Kol Yisrael. Okay. Now Baruch Hashem, so look, so we know that the Badicheva was very involved in going around collecting tzedakah for different almanis, yisaimim, for kalas and whatever he had to do. He was always busy. Yeah. So he went to different towns. He would always work on collecting money. Yeah. And he met different people on his way. So there was one ma'aseh where he went to a town close by Berditchev, and he was going there to be makabeh to collect some money. And it came later in the day, and there was a storm, and the roads. Today in the Ukraine, the roads aren't too good, but back then they were just dirt roads, so the wagon wouldn't go too good in the mud. You know.
They were better.
What?
They were better.
They may have been. They actually may have been. They're literally craters in the road, but that's okay. Okay, so the Kedushas Levi was thinking, I should probably stay over here. It's safer for me to stay here. So he met a Chassid, one of the Chassidish fellow. He asked him, "Can I stay in your home for tonight?" He was so happy. The Kedushas Levi stay in my house, sure, of course. So he prepared for him a nice room, right? He gave him food to eat and a nice tea, and he gave okay. And then when it got a little later, so the Kedushas Levi went in his room, as if he was, going to sleep. He was very quiet and this. And the Kedushas Levi was listening in the house that everyone was nice and quiet there. Yeah. And then he got up and he did his avodah. He did his tikkun chatzos, and he did what he had to do. And then when it came the morning, he thanked him so much for letting him stay in his house. And he left and he went back to Berditchev. Everything was fine. Okay. Now, a couple of months later, this chassid, he was running an inn. He had a pundik, an inn.
Yeah.
And he had to go meet the Paritz to renew his lease on his pundik, on his inn. It was ready time to meet the Paritz. Yeah. So he comes to the Paritz, and the Paritz calls him in, and the Paritz says to him, "Look, I made a decision. I don't want you to have this inn anymore. Yeah. You're not doing a good job. Not only that, you owe me 50,000 rubles back pay from all the time because you never paid me the right way." Yeah. He was so scared. He didn't know what to do. And the Paritz said to him, "You have 30 days, and if you don't pay me, I'm going to throw you into a pit." And that wasn't good. Yeah. Those dungeons they put them in, that was not good. So he's draying around the street. He doesn't know what to do. He's number one, the inn that he lived in, there was his parnasa, was also where he lived. So now he wouldn't have anywhere to live, and he wouldn't have no parnasa. And not only that, he doesn't have nearly the money that the Paritz wants from him. He doesn't know what to do. Yeah. He's beside himself. So he's thinking, you know what? The Kedushas Levi was in my house those few months ago. So let me go to Berditchev, and maybe I'll ask the Kedushas Levi for an eitzah. Maybe he'll give me an eitzah. Yeah. So he travels to Berditchev, and he comes to the Holy Kedushas Levi, and he welcomes him in. "Oh, how you doing?" Everything. He says, "I have a big tzara right now." And what's that? The Kedushas Levi says to him, "The Paritz told me that I can't have my pundik, that inn that you stayed by me over there that time. I can't have it anymore. I have to give him 50,000 rubles." Oh, the Kedushas Levi says, "1 second, we'll take care of it. Don't worry." So it was late. It was dark at that time. When he came to Berditchev, it was later, and the Berditchev went in his room. He went in his office, and he waited outside. And the Berditchev whatever he was doing, he was very quiet. He was listening to see what here was. He didn't hear any drawers open. He didn't hear anything at all. He didn't hear anything. And about 30 minutes later, the Kedushas Levi comes out with an envelope, And he gives him this envelope. He says, take this envelope to the pirates. Oh, thank you so much. He thanked the Rebbe so much for giving him the letter to help him out with the pirates. So this kid is traveling now to the town where the pirates is. And on his way, he's thinking to himself, I wonder I didn't hear him writing anything or anything. I wonder what's on this paper. I don't know. But then he thinks to himself, but the Rebbe gave it to me. How can I question what the Rebbe's doing? How can I question what the Rebbe's doing? But then he's writing a little further. He said, let me take a look at it. Let me take a look at it. So he opened up the paper, and it seemed to him as a blank piece of paper. The Rebbe gave it to me. He told me this is what it is. He puts it back in the thing, and he makes it to the pirates, and he comes to the pirates, and he gives the envelope to the pirates, and the pirates opens it up. He's reading, and he says, the pirate says to him, I didn't realize you're such an important person. I take back, I retract everything I told you. You can definitely have the inn. Not only can you have the inn, but I'm going to reduce your rent by 30%. And the money that you owe me, I'm avatal the chayv that you have for me. Oh, he was so happy. He got a reduced rent, right? He has the inn again. Yeah. And now he doesn't have to pay him any money. He's saved.
But it was a blank piece of
paper. Wait. So he comes back. So now he's so happy. He wants to go thank the Kedushas Levi. So he rides quickly over to Berditchev, and he comes to the Rebbe. And the Rebbe calls him in. So he says, so how did it work out? He said, Rebbe, I have to thank you. It was amazing. Well, so what happened? So he says, I gave him the paper. He not only did he absolve me from the debt that he told me I owed him, but he gave me a reduced rent on the pundik, on the inn. The Rebbe says to him, yeah, but you missed something. You see, if you would have had real true emunah, what I was telling you to do, you would never have opened up the paper, because really you had the power in that letter that I gave you. To not only would he absolve you from the debt, and not only would he give you a reduced rent, but he was going to give you the inn as a Yerusha. He was going to give you the inn to be yours, and you would have been able to have it as a Yerusha for your children for generations. But you lost that because you didn't have the token, and you opened up the thing, and I told you don't. You just keep the letter, and he opened it. So therefore, he lost it. So, but it still helped him that he got a reduction, and he got the money. But if that's what we learned over here, and they didn't change anything. So the Tzadik gave him the letter, and he didn't open up if he would have just kept it the way it was, how much greater it would have been for him. We shall have a beautiful Shabbos, and everyone enjoy. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for joining us.